Hey everybody, Kerry Waldy here, back with another round of Christmas videos. In this round, we're going to talk about profound theology and philosophy found in common Christmas carols. And forgive me if I sound a little congested, I do have a cold. Now, not the name brand one that's going around, but just a generic one that you can pick up anywhere, I guess. This video is going to focus on Silent Night. What a profound song, and we really wouldn't have it as a song unless a few hundred years ago, a church music director who wrote a poem needed a song that could be sung without music because a mouse had destroyed the church organ. And so he set this poem to music. Let's look at the first verse. Silent night, holy night. All is calm, all is bright. Round yon virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Now first, for the longest time, I have to confess to you, I had no idea what a round yon virgin was and what that had to do with heaven. And then I also heard of a young boy who didn't want to go to heaven because he didn't like peas. And this song told him that you sleep in heavenly peace. And that just sounded unappealing to him. So aside from all the confusion that this song has given, it has blessed a lot of people. I want to focus on the very last verse. Silent night, holy night. Son of God, love's pure light. Radiant beams from thy holy face with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord at thy birth. Jesus, Lord at thy birth. What the songwriters are saying is that baby born in Bethlehem at that silent night was God. Not just a human baby. And I know the skeptical mind will say, well, that's a lot to substantiate. And really the scope of this video isn't meant to substantiate the entire claim. But I just want to point out a couple things. Jesus, Lord at thy birth. Remember when we traveled on road trips and our parents didn't care if we were bored and maybe they would hand us an activity book or something? There's certainly no movies we were watching. And one of the activities that we would give is, we were given is a dot to dot. We would go 1, 2, 3, and we would trace this line and a picture would emerge. I think one of the greatest pointers or evidences of Jesus being Lord is that the Old Testament prophets, hundreds of years before the birth of Christ, gave us dots, moments in history, prophetic pictures and types that would point to Christ. And Jesus, the historical Jesus, fulfilled that picture completely. The only human ever to do that. God gave him a prophetic address. And if you wanted to find the God-man, you would go to that address. One of these dots is in Isaiah 9:6 that is picked up on by this songwriter here of Silent Night, Jesus, Lord at thy birth. Isaiah 9, written, 650 years or so before the birth of Christ, saying, for unto us a child is born, and a son is given. The government will be upon his shoulders. He will be called Wonderful Counselor and Mighty God. What was Isaiah saying here? He was saying that the child would be born, but the son would not be born. The son eternally existed. The son existed as the second person of the Trinity from eternity past. The son is uncreated, and the son is given. I love how he parsed out those words and the details. The child would be born, but the son who eternally existed would be given. Now you would say, I get this question sometimes when we look at the universe and I ask, what's the best explanation for the existence of anything? Why is there something rather than nothing? Science has shown us that the universe came into existence in the finite past. At some point in the past, the universe is not eternal. A couple great evidences for that. One scientific is the law of entropy. Things are wearing down. The amount of usable energy in the universe is wearing down. If the universe was eternal, the sun would have burnt out a long time ago, like an old Christmas or an old flashlight. And then also philosophically, you can't have an actual infinite amount of things. You can't have an actual infinite amount of days. Or today would have never gotten here. And the fact that you're watching this today is proof that the universe is not existing of an eternal amount of days. So at some point, something that was timeless, spaceless, immaterial, powerful, and personal, created the universe. And that sounds like God. But then people often ask, oh yeah, well, who made God? And that's kind of an odd question. It's really nonsensical if you break it down. Because when you say God, you mean a maximally great being, a being that is not contingent on something else. It doesn't depend on something or someone else for his existence. He doesn't, it's not dependent like that. And in order for God to be God, he has to be maximally great, and he has to be non-contingent upon other things. And so what you're really asking is, who created the uncreated one? Well, no one did. And the authors of this song got it right when they said, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, something, or even better, philosophically, someone, because things have no causal power outside of time, space, and matter. And before there was time, space, and matter, there had to be something outside of that to cause time, space, and matter. A personal mind, a heavenly mind that would cause us to sleep in heavenly peace. Jesus came into a war-torn world so that we could have peace. And the only way he could do that, to pay our debt and to give us peace with God, is that he had to be God himself. All right, I love you guys. Silent night.